Shoutouts. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
What up?
Got my peppy tacos. Y'all can't really, peppy tacos? Y'all see it now? See?
That's your thumbnail?
No, maybe not. Anyways, I said grace. I sanitized my hands and I'm ready to eat.
You ready to eat?
Or let me say grace on the camera. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this food that we're about to receive. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. And say amen again to people in the back.
Look, she just...
I'm ready to eat.
See all over the place, y'all.
What
are you giving
that?
me? I don't know what you're giving me. This is the cake?
Yeah, I just want to make... What is that? It's the tip.
Oh, no.
You need to please...
Put it right here for a second.
Okay.
Right here for a second.
Anyways, y'all, we are going to talk about the pink lady. I know we wanted to address that, and they had a lot to say, so I'm going to let him talk about it first.
Yeah, so while she eating, y'all, I ate earlier, so I'm probably just going to, I'm going to try this Trace Latex cake that they have, but we'll get into this discussion. You know, it's a lot going on about the pink sauce and all that stuff, and I just want to say, as I consume the media, I ain't been listening to every single thing that everybody says or reading every article that's out there, but I can say that, you know, a lot of times there is a lot of media and there's a lot of information out there, and it's not necessarily the facts all the time, but we as the consumers of that media or information, we like to infer, we like to, you know, make judgments, we like to come up with opinions based on the information that's out there and not know all of it. And I say that to say, be careful when you jump into conversations about what's going on when it comes to business, because business is not like opinions on the street. You know, business is conducted in a way where there are contracts and there are agreements and two sides that must meet in the middle and have a meeting of the minds concerning whatever it is they agreed upon and sign some documents. And sometimes those business agreements turn out great and sometimes they don't, y'all. And when they don't, you kind of stuck with it. So I wanted to preface all of that by saying that. And number two, I want to say that I'm not sure what the lady's name is exactly. I'm gonna call her, for the sake of this, the pink lady. Okay. I want to say to the pink lady, definitely applaud you for stepping out and coming up with something and innovating, and as a Black woman just trying it out, and then having the courage to put something out there for people to consume. Obviously, we all learn lessons in the process of doing business. We all learn lessons, and those lessons can be painful, but nonetheless, they are lessons that we will learn from. And I guarantee you that in all of this, she's gonna learn from some of the challenges that she's had in launching the product, and some of the things in transportation and things that have happened during the distribution of the product when she was doing it from her home. And while she's still chewing, I'm gonna keep talking, y'all. And so because of that, I just want to applaud her for just doing it. As Black people, I would encourage any and every one of us who have an idea, who want to put something out there, to just go for it, man. Don't hold yourself back. In addition to that, I would say surround yourself with people who have done it, whether they've succeeded or failed, because there was learnings even in their failures that they can help you to avoid things that might happen to you as it relates to business. So, man, hats off to you for just putting something out there, and all that you've learned from the challenges that you had in distributing the product, and temperature maintenance and all these other things that may have happened to the product in the first launch. Man, kudos to you, because you didn't give up. And I know it's rough when you have a social media brand and stuff is happening with your product and people are just killing you on social media, because that's the life we live right now, and it's real rough. All of that being said, in terms of like the agreements that have been made with Dave's Insanity and Distro, none of us know exactly what that contract states. Right? None of us. If it was an acquiring of the brand, I don't know. If it was a co-pack agreement, I don't know. I'm leaning towards maybe the fact that they acquired the brand and then agreed to pay her royalties, similar to like a licensing deal or something, for her brand, just because of some of the verbiage that have been, the way that it's been spoken of in terms of royalties, and because they have been, according to some of the documentation out there, making payments to her. Sounds like she's received 12 payments in the amount of $10,000 for $120,000. Now, that being said, you have a contract, you have an agreement with the company, and when you're sitting down at the table, of course, talk is big. You're about to go boom out here, right, and you thinking that them dollars is gonna be rolling in and they're gonna be way up here. And then when reality hits and things start actually moving moving in succession, you start to see some of that money rolling in, and it's not quite where you expected it to be. And there could be a lot of factors involved in that, but just because that has happened does not mean that there's been a breach of contract. And I caution people in taking sides, one side or another, because number one, you may say, well, if Dave's Insanity is offering to pay for her attorneys to go over the contract, that the contract is definitely sound, and it probably is, y'all. That contract probably sound.
Now that don't mean that Dave Gourmet did not give her like a shark type of deal.
Right.
They probably did shoot dupe her, but she signed it, she agreed to it. Exactly. And that's what comes with it. When you sign a contract, that contract is pretty much solid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. And so maybe that's what happened is that she had an expectation of what she was going to make off of the deal. And those payments did not meet that expectation. And maybe she feels like she has a legitimate gripe about that. And maybe she does. I don't know. Because again, we don't know the details of the contract. Somebody can make payments to you but they're not the agreed upon payments. I mean, we don't know. And so, like I said, take a step back, because I see a lot of folks out here on social media. It's a lot of channels doing, man, like almost hit pieces, you know, talking about how bad it was and this, that, and the other, and all of that. I would say this, man, don't believe everything you hear from everybody.
Well, that's a social media period. People gonna have, people gonna have their opinions, and I'm
good with that,
based
though,
on her personality or who she is, the things she did in the past, and
right.
she's still getting penalized for that in today or whatever. She may have made mistakes, because we know we're not, none of us are perfect, but as time, I just felt, let's say what I need to say. I feel that we can talk about the situation because we have a product like she has as well.
Right.
And I feel that in the beginning, when we were developing this product, we almost made that mistake as well, as far as trying to do the product in-house. Not really
right.
in-house, but we have rented a warehouse and got, everything approved so it can be state approved and everything.
Right.
But trying to do that when you have such a big audience, you don't realize how many people are going to support you when you
right.
put your product out there. So by her doing that and thinking that, okay, I can do this, she got her stuff together. You see, she had good intentions, right. because she had a warehouse and everything. Well, her warehouse was in her garage or wherever she was doing the product. But my thing is, I don't think she had the right people to help her that was on her team to be able to tell her, you cannot deliver a product in this type of weather and not put an ice pack on it, or some type of refrigerator truck or something.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know all the logistics to be able to service this product the correct way. And also too, people was thinking about why it took us 18 months to get our seasoning mix intact, because we had to go through several manufacturing companies, and we had to taste and be sure it was going to be the right consistency and the right taste and the right what we wanted. And so, excuse me, y'all, sorry. All in all, what I'm trying to say, and it took us like at least 5 to 6 months in order to get on Amazon. Y'all, we had to switch it up because we tested it. This is what we did. Me and my husband went into the to our
shared kitchen.
Yep. We tested our products to see how long would it take us to make these packages.
We did a time study. And we came out that we were doing like 40 an hour. Mm-hmm.
There's no way. Y'all, when we launched our sauce, our seasoning mix, 10,000 units sold in 4 days. And the first time. And it's only because no one knew the sauce is out.
Right.
But when the buzz got out that we were selling it, it sold out in under 4 hours. 10,000 units.
The next round.
Next round. So just imagine the pink sauce lady, she may have had way more eyes on her and buzz on her than we did, because she was on TikTok. So imagine her getting the first shipment she gets in, she get like 10,000 orders in one pop.
I would have been insane.
There is no way you're gonna get that many orders out. So we knew with our buzz, we only had like 3 million followers or 2 million followers. I don't even know how many millions my followers had, but it wasn't nearly as much as hers. And y'all see how many people brought that our seasoning mix?
Yeah. And
my thing is, at the end of the day, if we wouldn't have made that one decision to go to Amazon,
we would have been in the same boat.
We would have been in the same boat, and we would have ruined our brand.
Yep.
Ruined it. But thank God we knew, okay, let's go to Amazon, because Amazon can get it all out. And we did that. It takes a long time. It's a process. But we knew we had to do it that way, because we know what it can. Once you mess up your reputation, your brand, you can never get it back. It's hard to get it back. And even now she's struggling to get it back on top, because once you got that negativity, people gonna keep on adding to that negativity, and they ain't gonna never forget. They gonna never forget, because my thing is, they have the mentality that people cannot change. People cannot change do things differently, you know, and she's going to learn a valuable lessons from this. Very valuable. However, hopefully she'll get it together and she will not give up on her brand and try to get somebody to be able to manufacture her product that is the pink consistency that she wants. And that's another thing, when you're dealing with a color, let's be very, very for real. When you're dealing with these manufacturing companies, their color sometimes is inconsistent. It's inconsistent. It's never straight
based on
through.
fresh produce.
Exactly. Especially with dragon fruit. Dragon fruit is not the same pink as another dragon fruit is. There are going to be different colors. So if you don't put any dye or some type of coloring in it, you are not going to get that consistent color like you want to. And even then, it's not going to be the very likable. Like something like, let me tell you, I just told my husband, like Tabasco sauce. You know the Tabasco sauce have they stuff in a box. Sometimes Tabasco sauces, sometimes they're not the same color, but I think they're smart for them to make a smart move for them to make it, put it in a box, because you don't have to look at the inconsistencies of all the colors sometimes if it's, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is, because you're not gonna get that, and they tell you that in their contract.
It's just a matter of produce. Produce is not always the same color, and because of that, you're gonna have inconsistencies when you're using fresh ingredients and
like peppers.
No food coloring and no added ingredients. It's gonna be that way. She mentioned something about, you know, the length of time it took to get on Amazon. And what I want to clarify is not about the process of getting on Amazon, because that wasn't the length of time. It was making sure we had enough inventory. So you're in the background building up inventory, which costs a lot of money, y'all. You're in the background building up inventory so that when you do launch, you got enough to meet the demand or the proposed demand. Because when you first launch a product, you really don't know how much demand is out there. Right. You don't. And you have an estimate of what the demand is. You have an idea, but listen, it could blow your mind. It could blow your mind, or it could be a major defeat, and you could end up with a whole bunch of inventory that you didn't sell, or you could end up selling out in a day and have a whole bunch of demand that you didn't anticipate. That's the nature of this business.
And you know what? Not only that, y'all gotta understand, you gotta have a capital for this stuff.
Yes, you do.
And when I say capital, and I'm not talking about no like $10,000. I'm talking about like $80K. Or upwards towards $80K and more, when you're dealing with a big, huge launch, and you have social media presence. Right. When you have social media presence, that's a whole nother dragon. And I'm gonna tell y'all that, because these people think that when we come out with a launch on another product, trust and believe, we have to come up with a lot of capital to be able to launch this product.
Right.
To be able to make sure that, and then I'm talking about thousands and thousands. That's why I tell people, think that, you know, having a business, and when you running a business or even trying to launch a business, you have to have the money and be able to understand that you have to manage your money the right way. And I say that to say, when you're running a business, it's not for you. When you get this money and get money from the sales, you don't need to spend that money. You need to save that money so you could be able to do other products and be able to have the capital for other products and different things like that. Now, granted, I'm not saying that, I mean, you know, don't do anything for yourself. I don't know if you want to take a percentage out, or how would you say that?
Well, you definitely need to have a forecasting tool, right? And what I mean by that is, you're going to sell X amount of inventory, right? You need to be able to forecast the replacement of that inventory and the amount of inventory you're going to need for future sales, right? In the immediate future, because demand changes, right? Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. So you need to be able to forecast that so you don't overspend on inventory or underspend on inventory. There are tools out there that will help with all of that, but it's something that you really need to think about, because this is your business. And if you don't have the raw materials to continue producing your product, you're going to run out. Yep. And when you run out,
you lose money.
You lose money.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of running out, listen, we could talk about this stuff all day long.
This is what we do.
But you know, it's not just, you're gonna flip a switch and have all your ingredients to the product that you're making, right? No, that doesn't work that way. every company that is supplying ingredients for you, for your product, has lead times, which means that, let's say company A has a 6-week lead time, company B has a 4-week lead time, company C has an 8-week lead time. You have to know those lead times, order those products in advance so that your final product will have all the ingredients when it's time to actually go into production. And if you haven't planned for all of that, guess what? All of that, that's money tied up in inventory lead times. So you're 8 weeks out on this, 6 weeks out on this, 4 weeks out on this, but the money's spent. The money's spent because you have to buy that inventory or that ingredient first, get it shipped in so that you can put your final product together. And so it's just a lot to it. I really wish that I knew all the details for the pink sauce, because I wish I could have been sitting at the table with her when she was going through the agreement.
Yes.
Because I would have said to her,
Lawyer.
I don't know if she sold the brand and she's collecting royalties. I don't know the deal, y'all. I don't. But what I would say is I would have went into an agreement possibly with Dave's Insanity. That may not have changed because I don't know, whether they did it wrong or not. But sitting at that table, I would have said, okay, how about we do a co-pack agreement? I'm not selling you the brand. I'm not selling you any trademarks. I'm not licensing you anything. How about you co-pack my product for me, and I will pay you X for that co-packing service. That way, you still own the brand. You own the inventory. You own everything. They are just a service to you to make sure that your product is being done in a way
FDA
that
approved.
is safe. Per the FDA. That would have been enough. That would have helped her to meet the demands in a safe way. Now, whether she would have got into Walmart or whatever, all of that other stuff, that's all like secondary. That's all secondary, y'all. Some people are equating the two together. They may not even be connected. If she sold the brand to Dave's Insanity, that deal was between Dave's Insanity and Walmart, not between her and Walmart. So that's like, all that could be like off the table when it comes to this discussion. All I'm saying is she could have entered into a co-pack agreement with them, said, hey, I want you to bottle my sauce. Here's the recipe under an NDA and da-da-da-da-da-da, and then get all your stuff together, get your inventory up. But you got to have the capital to do that. You have to have the capital to do that. But that would have been a great way for her to get off the ground in a way that corrected the issues with transportation of the product, the issues with stability of the product, because a lot of people don't know that when you make a product in the kitchen, it can be great and it's going to taste awesome, but you can't sell it. And the reason why you can't sell it is because you must, and this is what everybody's talking about when it comes to the pink sauce. You must manage your pH levels in your product. The reason why is because if you have pH levels outside of the range that is approved by FDA, then your product, and it's not even approved by FDA, it's just scientifically approved, you know what I mean? Then your product can grow bacteria. And that's where, people have to start adding these things into their product that actually make the product taste different than what they intended it, is because you can't sell it in that state. If you do, it's dangerous. Sick. People can get sick.
People get sick, and also it causes people to get a lawsuit on you.
Yeah, so
you can get sued. So my thing is, go ahead, baby.
No, I was wrapping up. I was just gonna say that those are learnings. Those are things that you learn in the process, and that's that was part of our obviously my background is business, so a lot of that goes into my thinking automatically when we're doing and launching something. We would have loved to have launched from our kitchen. We would have loved it,
man. You know how much money we would save?
But we are sticklers when it comes to like doing it right. And so when we were looking at the laws in the state that we were in to do it, they were like, no, you can't do that. The only way you can do it,
if you was Cincinnati,
if you were selling at a farmer's market. That's what they said. In Ohio, you can sell your product locally at a farmer's market without going through all the other rigmarole.
But they also said if you are Ohio, and you sell to Ohioans only around Ohio, you can do it in your kitchen.
True.
You can do it in your kitchen.
It's like a local brand.
Exactly.
It's like a local brand. You could do it. But because we were on Amazon selling all over the place, we couldn't do that. So I just want to say that, you know, that's what you have to go through when you actually want to do something the right way. You got to go and look it all up. You got to make sure you follow. That's the reason why we were looking at commissary kitchens and stuff that was already state regulated. So when you have a shared kitchen or a commissary kitchen that you're going to produce your homemade goods in, it is in a kitchen that has been state inspected, and it is state inspected on a regular basis to ensure that everything is being done right.
Yes.
And so that's just a part of the project. It's a part of the equation when you're producing a product.
And y'all, and I just want to tell people that when you're running a business, just be mindful of paying your taxes. Also, be mindful of literally trying to save that money. You know what I'm saying? Really be a good steward over your money, because when you don't, you can lose your business. And I mean, if you want to keep being a millionaire, the millionaire status, or keep your business, you know, afloat, you have to be able to manage your money the right way, the correct way, so you won't fail. So your business won't fail, because if you don't have anything to up your business or be able to capital to be able to, you know, get more product or pay these manufacturing companies, and then you just out. You just solid out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to look at. Okay, I'm nosy, y'all. Anyway, you solid out. You can't. That's your business. Your business is done with. Because once you spend all your capital, trust me, it's gonna be so hard to come up with that capital again. Yeah. Because where else you gonna get it?
Right. Your livelihood is your
business.
Your business.
Yeah.
So if you don't have it, I mean, so there are ways, right? And a lot of times people don't understand the ways. There are ways, plenty of ways for you to get money for your business out here. There are, but you gotta have your stuff in order. You have to have a good business plan, and you have to have good credit, or at least you have to have a business that has good credit. Now, there's a lot of places, a lot of cards, you see them all over the place, credit cards that will give you up to like $100,000 in credit for your business. But what you don't know is that not every company that you're going to deal with actually takes credit. Right. So, and trust, and you're gonna have to have some good credit. Yeah. We're not talking about you're gonna have to have some A1 status credit, because if you don't, you're not gonna be able to get what you need to get for your business. So and it's very nice to build up your business credit. Yeah, that's like a whole nother topic, because you have to build your business credit. Your credit personally could be trash, but your business credit has to be ace number one if you want to actually enter into those. No, what you mean your personal credit gotta be trash? If you're not, because if you are, business is separate from personal. So you can establish business credit on its own. That's the reason why the federal government gives companies an EIN number, because it's like the social security number of that entity. And all of your credit is against that social security number of the entity, the EIN number. Then why do they check? Why have I got a business card and they have to still want to know my personal credit? Because when you're first starting, they have nothing to go off of. This is what I'm saying. But that's not for everything, though. You can get cards without that. Because okay, maybe now, because I know when I'm trying to get because I have a business card too, but they wanted to know my personal credit. Like, what's your personal credit looking like? And they have to base it off that, and then to give me a business card. Yes, there are select cards out there that you can get approvals on for probably not big amounts. Up to $100,000. Oh, the car just turned off. We about to die. It's hot. Why did it turn off? What just happened? Oh, I just opened the trunk. Ooh, that feel good. It feel real good. You should have had a truck open. Oh man, that breeze came through here like that breeze feel good in my. Anyway, y'all, that's like a whole nother subject. That was it. That's pretty much what we wanted to say, y'all. Yep. But I personally, I wish. Go ahead, you can do whatever you want. You can start. I'm shutting the trunk. I just pray that the Pink Sauce lady finds her way, and that her brand ends up, getting back the way that she wanted to. Back on track. Yeah, back on track the way she wanted to be, and that she gets the pink sauce, the actual color
that she wants in the stores, you know, and yeah, and be successful.
Don't give up. Don't give up on your brand. Don't give up on your business. Don't give up.
No matter what people say, that it's trash, is this, you know what I'm saying, what you working with, and you know there's going to be some people out there that's going to support you to the fullest. So them few people or that says out of all the other people, you know, you just got to keep going. And I know, I mean, girl, there's ways to get up. You can get back.
Yeah.
You can get back on track.
And if there's something that, you know, happened to some customers that have been angry, you know, when you get back on track, make your customers whole.
Yep. And know that your customers, you know, let your customers know that they are important to you. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Especially if they had a really bad experience, you know, make them whole, whatever. You know, when you get to a place where you can do it, do that.
Because business is hard, y'all. It ain't easy.
It's hard out here.
It ain't easy. But I just thank God where we're at in our business. And in spite, we are, you know, I just thank God that our business is the, you know, is still surviving. And we've been doing this for years, over probably like 6 years, going on 7 years strong. So we have been here.
Which business? The sauce business?
I mean,
that's been,
no,
not
the sauce business. Sauce business.
Yeah, overall, yes.
Sauce business 4 years, but the overall Bloveslife brand has been almost 7 years in January. Right. So I just thank God for that, and I can't thank him enough, and thank you guys enough for your support and constant support, and yeah. And y'all, we doing nothing but going up higher. We are going up higher. We're doing some things. We're making some changes. We're doing some things to our brand to make it more better for you guys. We have a launching a liquid sauce that we're working on. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all some pictures in this video of our launch. But
I thought she was about to cut it off.
One more thing I want to say is that with this launch, we're going to do it where it's going to be a limited time offer. So we're going to go with a small batch. Well, not a small batch.
We're going to do a sample to you guys so we can get feedback on, you know, versus like making a whole bunch of inventory. We want to know what you think about it. We're going to let you review
what you think about the sauce and everything. And we're gonna
and then we're going to go from there, y'all. So stay tuned.
It's coming. It's very, very soon, y'all. It's almost done. I think it's almost done.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's done, but you know what? We probably gonna get some more.
Yeah, we're building inventory.
Yeah, we're building inventory, so we're gonna get more and more. So yes, y'all, that's it. Okay. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm on my way to a baby shower. Y'all know I'm in Chicago. I'm on the south side. On my way to the south side right now, y'all. Anyways, now really, I'm gonna be in Evergreen Park. Y'all, by a little company of Mary, that's where Darwin was born. Darwin, my baby. Anyways, that's where he was born, y'all, in Evergreen Park, Southside in Evergreen Park. But anyways, we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. God bless. Always remember to keep God first in everything that you do. Peace out.
For some crab legs, I want boiled eggs, I want shrimp. I'm a bougie chick, a whole mukbang. Gotta have that lemon rain, and I do everything. It's smackalicious.